So hello and welcome to another week of Tyrone County Matters. Yes, with myself, Bronwyn Quinn. Well, this week we're actually coming from Fintona, one of Tyrone's oldest settlements. We have a great show in store for you, and here's a flavour of what's coming up. First up, the official opening of the Ecclesville play area. Down to the Quiggery River to meet local environmentalist Seamus Cullen. Next, Jim Martin is going to tell us about days gone by with the horse-drawn tram in the village. After the break, it's off to Denimona Primary School to hear of some of their recent successes. Finally, it's down to St Patrick's Hall for Cinderella and Rockefeller with the Junior Drama Group. I'm joined by Anne Gavin from St Lawrence's Primary School here in Fintona and some of the kids. And Anne, now this new park, how is it going to benefit you and the kids in the school?
Hello Bronwyn. It's a fabulous refurbishment and all the schools in the area, and I'm sure the preschool groups will get great value out of it for their teddy bear picnics, and perhaps the children could stay after the picnic and play on the equipment for a while.
Louise, you have someone who lives very close to this park, do you? Yeah?
Yeah.
And who would that be?
My granny.
Oh my goodness, so Granny now has an extended play park, has she?
Yes.
What would you like most about this new play park?
I like the monkey bars that go round in circles and the slides and stuff.
Indeed, and now we have Stephen, is it? O'Mallaghy?
Yeah. My favourite bit in the new play park is the exercise equipment.
Oh, you're going to be very fit after this all. And
my favourite would be the exercise equipment as well.
It's fantastic to be here. The weather isn't kind to us, but the mood's certainly good. Great to see all the children here enjoying the play facilities that have been developed here in Fintona. This for me is very much what the Rural Development Programme is about. It's about helping rural communities to provide services that they need and they have identified as a need. So it's great to be here to be celebrating the fact that we have been able to support Fintona in developing what they've done here.
I am the Urban Regeneration Officer for Omagh District Council, and I got involved in this project from the very start. In 2009 we developed some public workshops when we were of the knowledge that funding would become available for rural villages under the Rural Development Programme. Village Renewal and Development was the title of the funding. So we developed then what's now called the Fintona Community Forum. So through a series of public workshops we identified the needs of the local community. The key findings from the open workshops with the people of Fintona and the community was that they felt that the gateways and the welcome into Fintona was seen negatively, and that some work needed to be done to make Fintona more a nicer place to come. So we worked on the gateways, the Carnley Bridge gateway, the main feature into Omagh as you come in from Omagh, and to Fintona as you come in from Omagh, and also the Patterson Park gateway and Taddymoyle Road. So those four gateways we enhanced through railings and landscaping, and then we also developed a new community play park.
which is great for the whole community.
Yes.
This is the largest project which we've concluded so far. There's lots of other smaller projects which we've done in the past, such as the clean-ups of the area, the painting of the various derelict buildings, and we got some of the local artists to paint murals on the windows. We then put up some hanging baskets last Christmas, and we're grateful. We got funding from the local One Farm community to the local councillors, Campbell and Donnelly, and we're thankful for that. And we've used that money in other ways as well. We've increased the Christmas lights which we had in the town, and we commenced the Christmas fair and the turning on of the Christmas lights a few years back. The Forum thinks this is a great initiative and in a very safe environment for all age groups of the community to come together and good exercise leads, it should produce endless hours of fun and the knock-on effect of good health throughout the community. Part of the initial action plan which Omagh District Council funded for Fintona Community Forum was something that came out of that was that this Ecclesfield Centre, which we see in the background, which is a huge facility and a fabulous facility for the town, that the locals felt it wasn't integrated well enough into the community. And this is the first step of that process by Fintona Community Forum with the assistance of this money which we obtained from Arc Northwest. And it was a substantial amount of money which we have used here in other gateway projects. And we hope in the future to integrate the Ecclesfield Centre even more so into the community.
Well done to everyone on the Fintona Forum for that fantastic achievement this morning on the opening of their new play park. Yes, and there's another project ongoing here in Fintona. The local man, Seamus Cullinan, has decided to focus on the local rivers.
I work for Loch Agency, which is a fishery conservation protection body, and this River Quigley behind you here, the Carnley Bridge, which is one of the gateways into the town, and the Quigley River goes actually through Fintona village and bounds the area. And I suppose initially I'm from Fintona myself and from Ahafad, a townland out the road, and I got involved with the community forum through various initiatives. I suppose more directly, 2 years ago I applied for funding through the forum, through an NIEA water quality grant, and we were successful in getting money to tidy up the river. We called that project Fintona Adopts the River Quigley, and it basically was an educational programme to make people aware of how important the river was going through their town. And we got funding to develop the river habitat enhancement area. We did a big clean-up, and we also did an educational programme with the 2 schools and the Polish community. We have a sizable Polish community in the village who are a lot of them are interested in angling. And tying into that, a couple of years ago, through myself, we got an angling club formed in the area called Fintona Anglers, and it takes in the Fintona and Seskinore rivers. And they've been a very successful little group, have applied and received much funding to the point where they've had actually international fly fishing championships on their waters in the last 2 years. So it really has been a success story, and that's how I've got involved through my work, but also there's a personal interest here as well.
Well, definitely well done, and obviously the forum has helped you along in supporting you with all your ventures.
It is, yeah, and it has helped build some great partnerships through the Angling Club, and in turn have made partnerships. And just even this Saturday we're holding a tree planting morning on Saturday morning down on the River Quigley. The local Angling Club applied for and got a grant through the Ulster Woodland Trust. They got 433 native broadleaf trees free, so we're holding a little initiative, and we're inviting everybody. It's open to the public, but all young people who come on the day are going to get a free licence for the year. So there's that initiative incentive for young people to come along and get involved and also build that education, how important the river is, how important trees and the riparian strip on the river is, and keep building the youth, because they're really the future to look after the habitat around here.
Well done, Seamus. You're doing a great job here in Fintona with your environment and your community. And yes, another community man, Jim Martin. He is going to give me a little insight into the trams, the horse-driven ones that used to run between the 2 stations here in Fintona.
Fintona Horse Tram is one of the most famous and best known in Ireland and also other parts of the world. Well, the tram then, when it went off in 1957 and the line closed from Omagh to Enniskillen, was took then away to Belfast first of all, and then was transferred to the Folk and Transport Museum in Kiltraw.
There was a 50th anniversary there a few years ago, and you were part of that and decided to do something very special.
That's right. At that stage I thought, well, why not have a poem or someone to remember it down the years, or a souvenir, so I decided to write this song. It took me some time now. It wasn't easy to get it all together, but then the biggest problem was to get someone to sing it. So I had to think then, get somebody talked into doing it. So I finally got the singer now, Florence Gibbon, who sang the song.
So Jim, this here CD had a dual purpose. You know, you obviously were thinking you'll keep the tram story alive, but also you used it for raising funds for local charities, yes?
That's right. We decided to make some money out of it and maybe for charity, so decided to split any money or funds were raised between the Fintona Forum and Care for Cancer, which is a local group based in Omagh, which covers this area for on a 20-mile radius around Tyrone and part of Fermanagh as well.
Well, there you are, a great tribute to the old horse-driven tram that used to run in Fintona. And yes, with that, we'll head for a break. Don't go away. So welcome back. Yes, we're still in Fintona and I'm now at Denamona Primary School. And yes, they have a fantastic PTA group. And yes, we're going to go and find out how successful they really are.
PTA, and we became members of PTA UK and were put forward for this award and went to Stormont and were highly commended on our efforts of being a newly formed organisation. Money raised by the PTA goes for additional resources, which could be additional reading resources. We have purchased technology trolley, extra resources for classrooms. Buses goes towards buses for trips, school trips, and we also pick a chosen charity each year and donate a certain amount of our funds to that.
And also now, I was also saying now the other schools are now in the area are using your template for the PTA.
Yes,
is that correct?
Yes, we've been over with St Lawrence's primary school in Fintona, who are interested in becoming PTA UK members, and they just wanted to know how we got involved, what it involved, and.
But it's obviously a good template to duplicate anyway, so that's and a great community aspect as well.
Yes.
So it's worked for you, so they're going to try and
hopefully
work for them as well. And who have I got here?
Aaron.
Aaron, and what class are you in Denamona?
P5.
P5, and your teacher is?
Miss Beatty.
The principal? Well, does she make you work hard?
She makes us work very hard.
Oh, I'll have to have a word with her.
I'm absolutely delighted. I'm a very busy teaching principal. I have got P5, P6 and P7, which of course are my main concern. And fundraising nowadays is a very important part of our school life, because really we do not have enough money in our budget to do all the things that we want to do for the benefit of the children. So I'm just absolutely delighted that I have this very willing band of people who come into school, who do the fundraising and who really promote the school into the community. Never mind the benefits that we've got from the money that they've raised. We've been able to buy new reading books, technology trolley, and they even give us money to go on trips. They would supply the money for the bus. So really they're an invaluable resource that I just couldn't do without.
As a busy teacher, I'm sure that you have lots of topics to cover, but at the minute I do believe you're doing one on water, is that correct?
Yes, our project for this term has been water, and it's been very interesting because around this area they've been doing a clean up on our rivers, so to make them even more accessible for people to walk along, and just doing a general clean up. And we decided that we would like to tap into that. So the children agreed that water would be a very suitable topic to do, and one of our parents actually was in some way related to someone who works in the Rivers Department. So they were able to get us little eggs of some of the sprats.
Right.
And we developed these in our school, and then somebody from the River Agency came along and we took them down to the River Quigley and we released them into the water. So somewhere along that river our sprats are doing beautifully, and I hope by now that they have actually spawned and that there's been lots of baby sprats.
Exactly, and it is much cleaner, as you say, for the rivers. The rivers are much cleaner
Much
here
cleaner,
in
yes.
Fintona. That clean-up was just a great success.
It was a great success, yes. I
And
have
it's
to
great
say.
for the children to realise not to throw rubbish and things like that.
Well, it's all part of our recycling programme, and it's all part of our caring for the environment, which is all part of our curriculum, and we want to teach the children to appreciate the world in which they live in. So it's very important that they know that you can't throw rubbish into the river, and that we need to keep the river for the purpose that it's there for. We were 75 years as a school concern in this area, and I have to say again the PTA came into their own and they helped me to organise a couple of very successful events. We had a past pupil ball which we had in one of our local hotels, and it was just wonderful to see pupils that I had taught from years and years ago and their children coming along and just having a wonderful social evening together. Later on in the year we also did a very major extension to our school, and then later on we had an official opening, and we brought in parents and past pupils again, and we had a wonderful evening. And we were able to invite of course the schools from the local area, of which we have very close links. For example, St Lawrence's and Mrs Gavin, we have built up a very strong relationship with that school over the years, and we work very well together, and it was just lovely to be able to welcome all those principals into our school and to show them what we are doing in our school. It was just wonderful.
So a great community atmosphere here in Fintona.
There is. Fintona is a wonderful place, and there is a wonderful community atmosphere, and the thing about Fintona is that people all care for each other, and I think that's the special thing about Fintona, and our children in this school relate to that scenario very well, because we have a very family orientated atmosphere, and our children really do look after each other.
Well, indeed, great work being done over there in Dunamona Primary School. And yes, staying with the kids in the area, I went to visit St Patrick's Hall, where I got a delight with the junior amateur drama group performing Cinderella and Rockefeller.
We started this 2 years ago. This is our second production, and it went so well last year that we decided we'll try and keep it going. And the young ones really love it, and as you say, the older ones are fading out now, so we're looking for the new blood to come in, so hopefully we get something out of it, over the next few years.
You have been doing drama here roughly there's 32 years in Fintona itself, but you feel that there's an energy needed for new blood, new upcoming stars as such?
Oh, yes, of course, because you told me 32. I started 32 years ago, right? A fellow, he's a good fellow of mine, he's dead now 2 years, unfortunately, Desi Campbell. But Desi was the founder, I remember, along with myself. We started then, and we did maybe 8 years in a trot. Then we took a break. And it was hard to get back, get the
momentum going.
So we had to gather up the same squad of the cast as we had when we started. And we started back in 95, and we did 2 years, and then it folded again. So we come back in 2009, and there was just 3 of the original cast in the 80s, and we got the new cast going, and this is what it's all about now. So we're trying now to build on that. Last year, the first year we did it, we decided we'd look for Aisling Sharkey. Aisling has done a bit of drama, and she's a drama teacher. She has her own class out in her home there, and I think she works 3 or 4 nights a week. So we come out and she thought she would like to try and direct a show. So we said we'd be behind her all the way, And I'm telling you, you couldn't have got a better lady than Aisling. She put a lot of effort into it, and she was even on the stage there tonight because one of the wee ones had her grandfather died and she was bereavement, so she just filled in a couple of nights for her, and the kids love her.
I was first approached by the senior committee, the senior drama committee here in Fintona 2 years ago. So the seniors are very much involved and help us out here in the junior drama, and they're even here tonight giving us a hand, setting everything up, making sure that we're ready to go. And they have been here at every rehearsal and given me their expertise, advice and support always. So the younger ones even are starting to look up to them and thinking, oh, someday hopefully we'll make it that step. Well, our first production was The Wizard of Oz, which is a lovely musical, and that was November 2013. But this year we wanted more of a challenge. It's definitely a lot more lively, and it's our first panto. So lots of audience participation and great lively fun show for all the family.
Yes, it looks that way from the rehearsal anyway. And how many cast is in this production here tonight? Well, tonight
we have 41 children in our production this year.
Stage, there's bound to be lots more behind to keep that under control.
Without a doubt, couldn't do this without the great team we have, and we're so lucky that we have a dedicated team of women that have been here from the very beginning. We started this 12 weeks ago, and without them this wouldn't have been possible. They give up their evenings, weekends, and got to know the children, and trying to keep a lively bunch of 41-year-olds quiet isn't easy.
Maybe I should try a bright lipstick. Maybe I could break the free. I want a quest to find my mister. I'm so in love with me.
The children really do get great entertainment and enjoyment out of it, so it's something great and positive to come out of Fintona.
Out of the community, yes. And you do some drama yourself?
I do. I teach. I have speech and drama, Aspire School of Speech and Drama, so I teach during the week part-time, and then also get involved in the community drama as well. This weekend for 2 nights, so it's on Friday and Sunday. 2 shows, and then we'll take it from there, see how we get on and take it from there.
Why, may we see you again in some other venue?
Perhaps. Hopefully if everyone gets behind us and supports us here in Fintona and enjoys our show, it will be something we'd definitely be interested in and looking into.
Well, indeed, a fantastic performance there by the amateur drama group for Cinderella and Rockefeller. Well, that's it for another week on Tyrone County Matters. From myself, Bronwyn Quinn, Davin, Declan and all the team. See you again next week.